Welcome to the Wild Medicine Podcast. My name is Taraney, the owner of earthly.com, a sacred path to inner healing, self-discovery, and creativity. I am an energy healer and professional artist ready to reweave ceremony and heart-centeredness into humanity. Wild Medicine is a podcast to hold sacred space to learn the ancient ways of wellness. We talk about anything from spiritual alchemy to astrology and even trauma transmutation. It is my mission to educate you on the wild medicines of our world and to show you the way to unleash your personal power. This podcast is full of episodes with both just me and plenty of our powerful guests. Each episode we will bring to you the medicines of story, knowledge, and transformation. Now is our divine time to step into the sacred space and to take in all the powerful knowledge that I have for you today. Sit back, relax, and always tune in. Take what you need and leave whatever does not serve you. It is my honor to bring this message forth for you. Please enjoy. Blessings and greetings. Welcome to another Wild Medicine Podcast. This is your host, Earthly. Thank you for showing up and tuning in to Wild Medicine. For those of who are new to our podcast, welcome. To folks who have listened to many of our episodes, with gratitude, welcome as well. For this episode, I am welcoming back, as well as you guys, I am allowing myself to open up the container again to begin facilitating the monthly energy readings and forecasts back onto the podcast and into my practice. As many of you know, I've been in college. I went back about a year ago, and ever since going back, it has been really hard to keep up with my business, especially the podcast, as the podcast is definitely time consuming. Each episode takes around 4 to 5 hours to, put into before I can even put it out there, which is a lot when you're a student as well as a business owner, and I also work under other businesses and all that jazz. So now that school is out, and I guess this is my first time also announcing that I have decided to drop out of school because I want to be fully here, and I want to be fully here for you guys, for myself, and I realized that it just wasn't working anymore. So I'm deciding to step away from that for now until I hear the calling again, or if I hear the calling, I'm just letting go of that area in my life. And I'm so excited because it's allowing me to open back up the space and do my work so much deeper and be more available to do my work and to provide these medicines for you guys. So with that, we are welcoming back the energy forecasts and our energy readings for each month. And so if you're not aware that we used to do this, this is a really beautiful way that I am able to facilitate messages and guidance on the energy that is presented to us each month. So in the first few days of each month, the reading will come out in a podcast. I'll also be sharing it in my blog posts on my website, as well as social media. And the most beautiful thing about these energy readings and something I'm going to add new to it, is I'm actually going to invite continued education to continued guidance every month, every week, throughout the month, through email. So when you sign up for my newsletter, you'll be getting our monthly energy readings, and each week we'll send out a message with a prayer and maybe an activity or guided meditation that you can do to tune in with the different themes that we are playing with throughout the month. and depending on what that specific topic is. So maybe one month it might work best to share a guided meditation, or another month it might be best to share a guided journal entry. Whatever is being called and needed to come through that month, it will be shared throughout every week on our newsletter. So if you're wanting to sign up for our newsletter, you can go ahead and go to our Instagram at earthly_energy and go to the link in our bio, and on there you can sign up for our newsletter very easily. You just add your email and voila, you are automatically welcomed in. So that's a way that you can engage with this deeper. But yeah, let's go ahead and tune into the energy of December and welcome back in our energy readings and medicine. Thank you all so much, and let's go ahead and chime in. Take a deep breath and exhale out all density, allowing the breath to be a force of clearing for you, welcoming it into your body and allowing it to take you deeper, guide you deeper inside of yourself. Tuning into your own energy field, tuning into the field of the collective right now, tuning into the frequency that the stars are offering us this month, and being open to the current themes that we are playing with and will be delivered to us during this energy forecast reading. So we are currently in December 2019, last month of the year, last decade, last month in the decade, before we enter 2020. We are in Sagittarius season. There's a lot floating around us. There's a lot out there that we are navigating before we take a big leap into a new year, a new decade, a new month. And there's a lot of clearing that we are all doing right now. The theme, the overarching theme that has been delivered to me of this month of December for us is dynamic harmonization. The frequency of dynamic energies are when different types or aspects of our life are simultaneously harmonizing with one another, even though they are different, even though they are maybe even between other layers or aspects, and even come from a different origin. When we are working with energies that are dynamic, they come together in a way that harmonizes all of the frequencies to be in support of one another. This will help us to come together and to bring our reality together in a way that is made up of very, very different and many elements, both familiar and some of them will be completely new, with ease, grace, and joy. So maybe this is different aspects of our life, like our home, our work, our friendships, or maybe it's different aspects of who we are as a person, and that can be included in even our, the way we react to other people, the way we speak to ourselves, or even our home life, our work. There's so many different areas in our life that are constantly working together, and sometimes it might not feel that they're always harmonizing. So this month in December 2019, we are all going to be working on the energy of bringing it all together, connecting the dots, and allowing all the dynamic areas of our life, the multidimensionality that we are, the different beings that sometimes we are within ourselves, bringing them all into harmony and finding grace and ease and great joy within all of that. And because of this energy, and it can be hard. We're going to be going through major growing pains, all the things that we need to figure out and bring together this month in order to go into the next decade strong. We are going to have to face them, and we're going to have to do the deep work necessary to bring that unity inwards. It's definitely going to be something we're going to have to learn through, something we're going to have to do a lot of work to figure out how we can make all these different aspects of our life that sometimes are working in juxtaposition, how we're going to ground them into our reality in a safe and cohesive way. You know, the word dynamic can be described as an energetic force or a process that is constantly changing. And when we talk about dynamics of something, we are referring to the way that it works or that we interact with it. Now, if we add the words vibrant or full of life, we have a perfect description of what dynamic energy fully entails as it is coming into a new being. The triangular shape and color of the activation that dynamic brings, because there's different points coming together simultaneously, it refers to the masculine aspects of life, which are full of direction and power and presence, and having to learn how to bring things into harmony through will. And all of the circular shapes are the feminine areas, the points where things come together. That is a feminine energy, representing the mechanism or the machine that a dynamic process can hold, one that brings different aspects together and allows us to truly harmonize them with love and with care and intention. This can be thought of how the divine masculine and divine feminine energies of life, when they're not working in a divine way, it can be a lower vibrational aspects of our feminine and masculine energy that are causing them to not work in unity. But when we step into that divinity and we look at the differences, we find a way to seamlessly bring them together. The result is a process that is alive with energy, that creates movement in our lives, that brings more vibrancy to the colors that are expressed through our life, and as well as our ability to accept change, in my personal experience. And just by witnessing this process, one can automatically become part of a greater picture by realizing how to bring the different aspects of their lives together. The activation that this month is going to bring in its nature to bring dynamic aspects of our life together is going to be it's gonna happen how it's gonna happen, and depending on what you're growing through, it's going to look different for all of us, because we might be figuring out different styles to bring together, different words, how we're carrying ourselves, the foods that we're eating, the lifestyle that we're living, how that's going to work with our occupations and all that jazz. And it's just there's going to be many different patterns available. That's the big thing that I'm getting here, that there's going to be lots of patterns that we're going to have to learn how to get in a row, and we're ultimately trying to get very different ducks in a row. And that might, if you're feeling during this month that there's just so many different things that you're trying to work on, understanding that that's okay. And the more that we can trust this process and pray upon grace and ease, the easier things will come together. And we have to really surrender and let the universe bring all of these things into harmonization together. Yes. So, if you ever need, if you're feeling stuck in this energy, a practice that is coming to me during this month while we are navigating these hardcore energies of tying it all together and figuring out what works, what doesn't work, and how we can bring a strong, stable, dynamic energy into our life as we enter a new decade. A practice that will help you if you're feeling stuck in this and need some guidance is to just get on your feet for a moment and shake your hands, move your body, take a couple of breaths, do some pumping of your chest or some breath of fire, do whatever you need to do to get your blood flowing and your energy flowing, and you'll notice a shift in your energy. That is, we're in Sagittarius, which is a fire sign, so that we need to do things that stoke our fire energy so that we can clear away what no longer serves us, as well as activate our inspiration within. and then take a fresh look at the situations that are at hand and how the dynamic energy feels to you now after you've engaged in a practice that is healthy for your spiritual experiences. All right. And so that's definitely what I got on dynamic energy, which, it's crazy when you download that kind of stuff. So another theme with the dynamic harmonization that we are going to be experiencing and growing through this month in this medicine reading is we are going to be working with our throat chakras. The throat chakra connects to the thymus gland, as well as our sense of confidence and ability to stick up for ourselves and stand in what we believe in. It's our ability to communicate with source and the divine, and learning when the throat chakra is in harmony, we are able to call upon what we need and what we desire and bring them in effortlessly. So since we're working with the dynamic energy and we're really having to harmonize our entire life, we are going to have to work hard within the throat chakra and truly use it as a tool to get us to the next step that we're needed to be at the end of this month. The frequency of the throat chakra is like a blue flower of life. There's so much to it, but it all seamlessly comes together. And it supports our self-expression and our sense of peace and balance and our ability to communicate with the world. And that can be the spirit world or the physical world or other people or our own mind or how we see ourselves. It's such an important center in the human body, and one that we're honestly working with all the time. And in order to truly work in a positive direction, we have to be in tune with the throat chakra, especially for this month. So there might be times that we're being asked to communicate something that maybe is hard for us to communicate. We're going to have to express ourselves in a way that helps us stand in integrity with what we need and what we believe in and what we know we're worth. We're going to be tested to express what we're worth, express what we truly need and what we're truly desiring for our lives and what needs to change in our lives after this month. We have to work our throat chakra. And with that, another big download that's coming to me about this month and how we can better work with the dynamic energies that are going to be unveiling themselves is staying in compassion. Compassion is an extraordinary frequency of deep, divine love. Deep, deep, deep love. Love that is not biased, love that does not judge. It's pure love. And the frequency of compassion will support our ability to stand by others without judgment and to be in the divine mediator between heaven and earth, spirit and matter, so that the unconditional love can flow from source through our hearts and into the world. And through compassion, through holding that space of being a mediator, through being free from judging other people or judging your circumstances or who you are, who you've been, your past, all that jazz, and allowing yourself to find heaven on earth within you, you'll be able to find the balance that you're truly looking for, especially within your emotional and mental scape. You know, it's no secret that many of us humans struggle with trusting and finding emotional balance and falling deeply in love and compassion. So that's something we need to work on, especially in the ways that we're communicating with other people, but really, really, really important that we're holding compassion in the way that we're communicating with ourselves and what we believe that we are worthy of and what we believe that we can do for ourselves as we are setting our intentions for the 2020 year and the entire 2020s decade. Because let's face it, there's gonna be a lot of change. This is a big time of change. It's so powerful. If you think about 2020, what's the first thing you think of? Clear vision. When somebody has 2020 vision, that means their vision is perfectly clear, perfectly in alignment. And we're going to have to do the work this month to make sure that when we step into the next year, the next decade, it's clear. We have clarity. We know what we want. We know what we have to do. And we know what's in our best interest to put our energy into. And so that is the last big guidance that I've been given by the dynamic energy that we are going to have to harmonize this month, is to accept change, to allow change to support our ability to gracefully dance with the forever changing nature of reality. Both an inward and outer healing is going to be taking place so that we can appreciate the sweet release of the old and fully birth the new. We are birthing so many new things, guys. It's going to be quite magical. I'm so excited to be welcoming this back and providing this medicine for you all. I feel so potent in this space. I feel so potent in this reading and providing this awareness to you all. And the divine guide, the keeper of light that will be working with us this month is Mother Mary. Mother Mary carries so much love and peace within her and is a true totem of love and peace, which is a reflection of compassion. And she says, let go of the need to be right. Choose peace. Mother healing is possible at this time. Mother healing is possible at this time. What does that make you think of when you hear that term, mother healing is possible at this time? What within your feminine energy needs to be healed? What needs to be balanced so that you can bring in that harmonization, so that you can use your masculine energy in a way that makes sense with your feminine energy? We all have these different energies within us, the polarity. Here is a passage on Mother Mary and the message that she has to offer us at this time. Mother Mary, the mother of Jesus, is one of the best loved saints, masters and guides of the world. Although she has had a huge part and play in the Catholic faith, she can bring faith, peace, and love to anyone who calls on her. She is the saint of the people. She works directly with the angels of peace to bring healing to the world, particularly where there is conflict, and is dedicated to supporting children and mothers. She is the spiritual embodiment of unconditional love and acceptance. It is time to let go of conflict or the need to be right. The more you fight for the point you want to prove, the unhappier you will become. Pointing out the mistakes or mishaps of others just blocks the road to love in your own life. Mary, the Divine Mother of Acceptance, is with you now, encouraging you to forgive. Forgiveness is not about letting anyone get away with their bad choices, but about choosing to create your own happiness. Mother Mary also brings healing to you and your mother. If you miss her or are out of contact with her or have an old trauma that needs healing, know that Mary's miraculous light is here now to wash away the darkness. And what that really a lot is brought up for me when I hear that message. But a big thing that comes through when I even reread that message in the first time that I read it is how so many of us can really clearly see that what needs to happen is we need to do the work to drift away from the patriarchy, and not necessarily letting go of how do I want to word this? We all need to give energy to the divine feminine, and we all need to hold space for the divine feminine to do its work and do its magic and to be healed. There's a lot of healing within femininity that needs to be done. I mean, if realistically looking at it, us as women in the United States, we have only had our rights to vote for 100 years. 100 years. that's a long time, but it's really not a long time. So much healing needs to take place, and now that we've gone through that century of gaining our rights and getting grounded on what it means to be a woman in modern world, in this world that we are living in right now on earth, how can we take it to the next step to fully integrate that divine femininity even deeper? What is expected of us? What are we needing to show up as to bring that energy through? And what within the Sacred Mother needs to be healed within us? And I think, and I know, I don't think I know within me 100% that Mother Mary is here for us right now and is going to be working with us this month to heal those aspects of our life, so that the divine feminine within us and with all of life and how it's going to be expressed in the next decade can come through with grace, ease, clarity, peace, and pure divine love. 100% pure divine love. Alrighty, folks. There it is. Thank you for tuning in with this. I hope that you resonated deeply. If you feel like you need to go back and listen to this at any time in the month, please do. We are human. We forget things. We need to be reminded. So this is an invitation to, remember to come back if you forget or you feel like you've lost the way. Come back and listen. As well as subscribe to our email list to get weekly updates and weekly practices and reminders of the energy being presented, so that you can really do this self-work and really do your best at interacting with these energies and the medicine that is presented through this cosmology and this time that we're all healing through. The more energy you get in, the more energy you get out, folks. Much love, and thank you for tuning in. If you'd like to continue to support us, definitely check out earthny.com. We have energy healing sessions there. We have readings. We have apothecary, beautiful apothecary that I make myself for healing for all of you. We have Reiki charged crystals, as well as our monthly new and full moon remote gatherings, which is a guided meditation and a guided journey, as well as a distance Reiki healing session. It's an hour and a half long, so for $7.77, you can get yourself a Reiki session and a guided meditation. So definitely check it out on earthny.com under our gatherings tab with events, moon medicine. Much love, folks. Enjoy the month of December, and I'm excited to continue tuning in with you all. Sat Nam.